And I want to say this too. So to you, so I know in the past she has said I'm Indian,
Which
American.
she wasn't lying.
Huh?
I said, which she wasn't lying. She
Right.
is.
And you gotta remember too, because there are no at that time there were no Indian representatives in Congress, right? So she would have been one of the first ones. So it was important for her to um promote that,
Acknowledge that
like
part. Yeah.
knowledge that look, here is an Indian woman. I have Indian in my blood, and I am in Congress. You know what I'm saying? So when she in
Let's
Congress,
let's let's keep it a buck. Them times for women within those political areas were very touchy because it was still hardcore boys club. There's a
mhm.
lot of people
I moved
that
different. Mhm.
that hold positions that done a lot of foul stuff to women around there that tried to at least make a name for themselves. And there's a lot even up to the Superior Court. Uh, Clarence Thomas, still not one of my favorite people because I know what he did to Anita Hill. You understand?
Mhm.
It's it wasn't a space, and I get you have to read the room and play the cards that you're dealt. I feel it's a bad thing when you use it to belittle or denigrate your people.
Mm.
If you tell me I gotta play these cards that's dealt to me so that I could get myself in position where I could take care of myself and I'm not hurting anybody, and then you try to weaponize that against me as for the smallest and most minuscule thing, and then a couple of things that can easily be ironed out, but that's the main thing you're sticking on like you did Obama. Hmm. Your
Oh,
race and
you
your
you
class,
cancel?
I think that's in poor taste. The more AP, I'm strong on what AP said. What are your policies? What are you putting on the table?
Oh, for sure.
That's important. That petty LaBelle stuff, you could sing that somewhere else. I don't
I
need to
think
hear
that
it.
we all agree with that. Like I think that the reason why we brought this up is because a
Mhm.
lot of people were bringing race into this, and it shouldn't have anything to do with race. I think that we should just take that out of the situation. And we had the argument about the race because it was just a conversation. But at the end of the day, when you're voting for somebody, it doesn't matter if they're black, white, or whatever. You want to make sure you vote for the policies that are best for you and your household. But I wonder, this is what I remember, I forgot to say. Y'all remember when Colin Powell came out? He was like, oh, but then once a black man ran, he was like, switch to vote. I know I'm a conservative, but
I
That
really
really
Yeah,
think
he,
he should
that
tell
really
you.
y'all
tickled
remember
you,
he
huh?
did that?
Yeah,
I'm
I
telling
like
you
it.
now, if
Man,
he ran under the Republican ticket, I would vote for him. I like
I,
Who?
Colin Powell.
yeah,
Who?
Colin Powell,
Really?
absolutely.
Mm.
I like Colin Powell too. You know who I thought would have been a good Democratic candidate? Gore. I love Gore. I like Al Gore.
You like
mm,
And the
Al
reason
Gore?
why I like
mm.
Al Gore because we advocate for the same. Like I'm big on environmental things, like the air we breathe, emissions, um, things of that nature. Like I'm an advocate for. I donate to it. Like that's my thing. Okay, so that was his platform. So
And he lost.
and he
Mm.
lost, but not by popular vote. He lost by electoral vote.
They need to
That's
get
what
rid
matters
of.
in a presidential race.
It's
They
for him,
actually
but
need to get
don't say
rid.
it like he just lost. Like this was,
He
a
lo-
one night thing.
look.
So
If
Same
you
way
lost.
Hillary
you
lost.
He
if you
lost,
can
and you
get
see, you see
if you can,
the damage that has been done to the environment ever since then. Imagine.
we're not even the biggest polluters, and we're not even in the top five.
That's
But
true.
in regards to the popular vote, if you got all of California, all of Illinois, all of New York to vote one way, it would be very difficult for the rest of the states, minus Texas and Florida, of course, to even get close to the number. It would just be damn near impossible due to the population centers of the United States, which is the reason why the Electoral College, in my opinion, works out. Each state has a voice, and it's according to their representatives and the Senate. And I think that now I think they need to redo it and redo a census and get the correct count. That's my personal opinion.
But
But
census So always
Outside of that, the electoral college for a presidential race is the right way. Now, when we're talking governorships, like if you did an electoral college by county, that would be the wrong way to handle that. Which is why every other race is basically popular vote.
There is no
But I
need.
agree with the electoral college.
I don't. There's no need for it.
There
If
is
you
a
if
so
you're
wait,
trying
wait,
to make
wait. If you,
no,
if
if
your vote can be canceled, think about the population areas. Think about what the population areas are. We're literally Florida, Texas, California, Illinois, New York. 5 states. 5 states. So 5 states should determine for the other 45 who should be president of the United States.
It's unfair.
but it was all based in racism why the electoral college was even
Yeah.
No,
created.
it wasn't. Not the electoral college. What
The
we're talking about when we get into redlining, see, when we get into redlining, that doesn't necessarily need it wouldn't have much to do with the electoral college, which is why the census needs to be redone so there can be a recalibration of House members. Senate will remain the same, but of House members. That way, we get a more accurate count regarding the electoral college. However, that's not what redlining did. What redlining did was basically canceled the black vote per state, locally, and for that state. And it was an awful thing that was done, and that shit needs to be fixed too. Now, I think there needs to be a federal mandate to prevent redlining, and I'm not a huge fan of any type of federal mandate, but unfortunately, we got black people stuck in areas where their vote basically doesn't effing count. That to me is a problem. But nationally, as the electoral college goes, it's all about the population of the state, and you can always move and shift population centers. Just my opinion.
See, then you,
I guess
then
the
you
point is that if it's supposed to be a democracy and
It's
the
not. It's a republic.
and is a democratic republic, and we try to say that we have a democracy, so we need to live out what we claim we are. So my
There's
point
only one thing. Go
is
ahead.
that the people, if the people vote, and this is the popular vote, and like you said, if you spread out, oh, you have some states that are more populous than others. But the thing is that not everybody in each of those states are even going to vote.